Hey, and welcome back. In the last few episodes, we made this really cool CRUD app, but when we click these buttons, when we transfer, things just flash instantaneously. But that's not how stuff works in the real world. Using Liquid Fire, which is an animation library that's very well integrated with Ember, we're able to more closely approximate how things would feel in the real world when we're interacting with them. So we can get started by installing the Liquid Fire add-on. If you're on Ember 1.13 or above, you can do it just as easily as that. If you're on one of the older versions, then you'll have to make sure that you get the correct Liquid Fire release. So after you install it, the first thing you do is you go to your app folder and you create a new file called transitions.js. Now this is what they call the transition map. So you're going to export a function, and in this function, you're going to create transitions. So we call this .transition, and then we're going to give transition a series of arguments. And it's interesting, these arguments, it doesn't really matter what order they go in, as long as you give certain arguments. So here we're going to give the from route argument. So if we're coming from this route, then it's going to show a certain transition. So we're going to use the monsters.index route. And if we're coming from that route, we're going to use the to-right transition. So we're going to look at how this works in just a second. But to make it work, we're going to have to give us a liquid outlet. So this is going to put in the machinery that will let these transitions do their work. So starting on the monsters index, and you click this, notice how it zoomed in from the left to the right. We'll see that again. Pretty cool, right? But there's more. We can decide what to do when we're going from another route to the monsters index route by calling reverse. And here we'll say to left. So it's basically reversing whatever selection there was. In this case, from route. So, yep, now it's going to the left. And this feels more natural, because it's like we have a little file cabinet of monsters, and we're putting them in and taking them out again. Next, we'll tackle the transition between the show page and the edit page. So we want some sort of transition instead of this jump. Now, there's not something that's quite as elegant as this left-right that we have going on with the index, but we'll put something in there. So we create another transition, and we have the from route, which is monsters.monster.show, and here we'll also have a to route, so monsters.monster.edit. And so it's only going to do this transition when it's going from the show route to the edit route in the reverse. So we'll go to up and then to down. So when we're going from show to edit, it's going to slide up. And we're going the opposite, it'll slide down. So let's see this in action. We'll hit edit monster and it seems to not be working. And there's a reason for this. So it's not being nested directly under this liquid outlet in monsters, because it's in monsters.monster.show. Here's what's being auto-generated for us. So this was what was there before. It was just being generated at runtime. And of course, we don't want an outlet. We want a liquid outlet. And so with our liquid outlet, now it's going to be working. So this is just the beginning of learning how to use Liquid Fire. In the next episode, we're going to be going over more of the template helpers so that we can use it in more situations than just transitioning between routes. And then in later episodes, we'll go over things like different matching and how to create your own transitions or do exploding transitions. I'll see you then.